Well, it doesn't feel much like Christmas in Kansas, but that's okay with me. I don't like cold weather anyway. It's already 1 o'clock. I haven't done anything yet. I don't know. Mornings suck. Mornings are lethargic and sad and cold and poopy. But now I'm going to try to get to work on this. Working more with maps, map files. I need to figure out how I want to represent collision. And then I want to get map transitioning going, so going between different rooms. And then I'll probably work some more on some tile sets then. So I worked on updating my tiled Lua to Mu map converter Lua script a little bit. So now whenever it converts a file, I added a version number, not a virgin number, a version number. Just because I added some features, and so I thought it would be good to keep track of that. It has tile set, and then most of the stuff looks the same, but now I have an above layer, so this stuff is specifically marked as this will show up above characters, kind of like if you have treetops or something like that. And then the collision layer, which will just specifically say solid is true. And then generally in the engine you should say, this is not displayed, but it will give you a list of where the player cannot walk. So right now, I have it set up so you create a collision layer. It's a tile layer, and I just put this X sprite block here. Really, you can use any of these, but if you mark it with this X, it'll be collidable, so you can't walk into these areas. Whee! So here's a sample of my map with collision, where you can't walk around the border or into the counters. You can walk up to the fridge, but not through it. And this layer, this is on the above layer, so it'll show up above Santa. Collision's working now, so I can, oh well, this has to have focus, but I can walk around and not walk into walls and stuff like that. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have the moving set up to move a tile at a time. This code that I reused was supposed to be for the base of a Game Boy styled RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy Legend. So I had originally set it up to be like that, where you move a tile at a time. And I don't know if this will be good for an action RPG or not. So I'll have to add in the fighting and see if it works alright, and either remove it or keep it in. Cinematography! Or not, this is just on a crappy little camera. Anyway, so the warping works now. I need to fix some stuff because for some reason he's getting misaligned from the grid. I'm not sure why, but still more stuff. So basically with the converter program, I've added support for warp as an object layer. And then today I've added the collision layer and the above layer. So see, you can go behind the fridge. That's the only thing I have here. Oh, and in the other map, you can go behind the TV. TV. So once I'm done getting all of the warping stuff working properly and not doing this weird misalignment thing, I think the next thing to do would be to add enemies. I'll probably do some more graphics work so I can like get some people to try to make maps for me or something. But I got a decent amount done today. Just keep working. So yesterday I got quite a bit done. I got warping to adjacent screens done, and it works in the map converter as well if you set it up correctly and tiled. There is a small bug. For some reason the character gets misaligned from the grid when this happens, so I need to figure out why this is, and I'll fix that today. And then it would just look kind of messy without having some nice transitions between each screen, so I'm going to try to do the classic stop, game, slide, resume game sort of thing. After that, really, I think I'll probably work on graphics for the Santa region, like the Santa's HQ region, so this includes the outside area, and the workshop, and the stable, and so I'll need to get graphics for that done, and then try to build the map, and from there, just try to, like, make a full game in that one little area, so I'll have, you know, enemies and stuff like that, and just see kind of how the game feels overall, and tweak it before kind of moving on to more. So, first step, fixing bugs, transitions, and then graphics. So I have the beginning of screen transitioning done. It's not as nice as it could be, since one screen goes completely off-screen before bringing in the next one, but it's not really important right now, so I'll update it later when I'm polishing things up. I figured out why Santa was getting misaligned during the warps, and it was essentially because I didn't reset his walk counter. I have a walk counter because he's aligned to a grid, and the counter is responsible for smooth animations. Santa would basically warp to a new map, and the counter would continue until it hit 0. I still need to fix that Christmas tree.